My mom made me invite everyone in her life to my wedding. I sent the invitations but changed the date and time and watched everyone decline. Brian and I wanted 30 people at our wedding. Close friends, immediate family, people who actually knew us. Then my mom found out. She called and said, "You need to invite everyone. Your cousins, my book club, the neighbors, everyone." I tried explaining we couldn't afford it. We'd been saving for 2 years and had a budget that worked, but she talked over me. "This is my only daughter's wedding. People will talk if you don't invite them." The next week, she showed up with a handwritten list. 112 names. People I barely knew or hadn't seen in years. Dad's cousins who lived 3 states away. Her coworkers from the dental office. Old neighbors who moved when I was 12. Her boss's wife. Random people from her gym. "These people need invitations," she said. "I already told most of them they're invited." Brian looked at the list and went pale. "This is going to cost us another $15,000 minimum." My mom waved her hand. "It's one day. You'll make it work." I asked if she'd help pay since she was demanding all these extra guests. She laughed. "We already gave you the rehearsal dinner budget. That's generous enough." Then she said, "Oh, and you'll need to make all the invitations yourself. I'm not paying for fancy printing." She wanted me to invite over 100 extra people we couldn't afford and hand make their invitations. "I want them mailed in 2 weeks," she added. That night, I spent an hour crying to Brian about how this was supposed to be our day, not a showcase for my mom's ego. Every single demand was about her image. She wanted my estranged aunt there because, what will people think if family isn't invited? She wanted her boss there because, it'll be good for my reputation. She wanted the neighbors so she could show off how beautiful my daughter is. Nothing about what we wanted, nothing about our actual relationships. I spent the next 5 days hand-making invitations. My fingers cramped from cutting cardstock. I burned through 3 ink cartridges printing addresses. When I finally finished all 112 invitations, I showed my mom. She looked at it for maybe 4 seconds and said, "These look fine, I guess. Did you use the expensive paper I told you about?" I hadn't because she never mentioned expensive paper. She sighed. "Well, hopefully people won't notice. At least they'll know I raised you to be crafty." My body burned with anger all over. I snatched the box, walked out, and called Brian from my car. "I have an idea." We sent out every invitation and my mom cried happy tears, saying how perfect everything was going to be and how proud she was. What she didn't notice was the date. We changed our wedding from Saturday at 6 p.m. to Wednesday at 3 p.m. We didn't tell her. We didn't tell anyone except the 30 people we actually wanted there. The RSVPs came back exactly like we predicted. My mom's boss declined, had a board meeting. Every single coworker said no, couldn't take off work. The neighbors had plans. Dad's cousins said Wednesday was impossible with their schedules. My estranged aunt didn't even respond. The gym friends declined. Her book club friends declined. One by one, every person on my mom's list RSVP'd no. Meanwhile, our real guests all confirmed. Our best man rescheduled a work trip. My maid of honor used a vacation day. Brian's parents flew in early. Everyone we cared about made it work because they wanted to be there. A week before the wedding, my mom called. Her voice was shaking. "Why is everyone saying they can't come? I've gotten 20 calls from people apologizing." I played dumb. "Really? That's weird." She pressed harder. "Did you put the wrong date on the invitations?" I told her to check hers. Long silence. Then she screamed, "Wednesday? Why is the wedding on a Wednesday?" "We wanted to make sure only people who really wanted to be there could make it work," I said. She started yelling about how I'd humiliated her, how she'd told all these people to save the date, and now she looked like a liar. I stayed calm. "You gave me a list. I invited everyone on it. I can't control their work schedules, Mom." She called me manipulative and cruel. I reminded her she refused to pay a single dollar but demanded we invite over 100 people we couldn't afford. She hung up. Wedding day came. My mom showed up but barely spoke to anyone. The venue looked beautiful with our 30 guests. Everyone there actually knew our stories, actually cared during our vows. The toasts were personal and genuine. At the reception, Brian's dad pulled us aside and said, "This is the most intimate wedding I've ever been to. You can tell everyone here loves you too." My mom overheard and her face went red, but she said nothing. She left before dessert was served.